Oh, welcome to today's live cast. I'm super excited that you're here, and I'm really excited to have my mastermind client as well as a friend because I feel like we've developed a super duper friendship over the past year. She's with me, and we're going to talk a little bit about the fastest path to growing your business. And I think that's one of the biggest things that she has gotten out of the year is a roadmap, to achieving or putting the pieces together for a vision that she had. So would like for you to welcome Christine. Christine she has a digital agency, and she also throughout the course of the year has developed a program that is for small business owners who struggle to create their own content. And she calls it Social Success. And she's built that out over the course of the year. So welcome her. As you're coming in, though, give me a shout out. Where in the world are you? And what's the weather like where you are? Christine, what's the weather like where you are?
Well, I am in Michigan and it's been snowy, but nothing's sticking yet. So far, so good with the roads and everything.
So obviously we're a little bit too far out from for Christmas, but do you guys usually have a white Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
Ah. Well, obviously here in Tampa, we don't have white Christmases. So, hey, Monica, good to see you. Guys, if you have any questions as we are going today, please feel free to ask. Like I say, we're going to talk about the fastest path to getting what you want out of your business. And usually that is finding a resource, whether that's a training course or a person that has the knowledge that you want so that you can shorten the learning curve. Mm-hmm. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kim Garst. I'm an online business strategist, and I love helping entrepreneurs shorten the learning curve and share the knowledge that I've amassed over like 28 years of owning online businesses and growing them successfully. So Christine and I connected about this time last year, right, Christine? And can you explain a little bit about where you were with your business at that point?
Well, I have, like you said, an ad agency that I've been doing for over 7 years, and I had a concept for another business, Social Success Toolbox. And so I had this idea, and I've had it in the back of my head for a couple years, but didn't really know where to go with it. And you popped on the scene with your mastermind, and it just kind of happened from there. It was a perfect fit.
Yeah. And from the perspective of like, because I really feel like there's a little bit to be dig a little deeper into the piece that you had the vision for something else, but did you know the path?
Yeah, and that's the number one thing that the mastermind helped with. I had the concept in my head and knew what I wanted to do. And for like 2 years, I knew what I wanted to do, but didn't even know the first step to take, or how to get from A to Z. I knew what I wanted, but I didn't know what path to take. And being a part of this mastermind has really opened my eyes to the right route needed to make it a successful business.
That's awesome. So essentially you had a great idea. You just didn't know how to put it all together, and you'd kind of sat on it for 2 years.
Yeah.
How many of you have done that? Like, I know I have. I'm like super guilty. Well, I don't know if you call it guilt. I feel like I do feel guilty sometimes because I have an idea a minute. Like my team is like, okay, Kim, no, we can't do that. So just we already decided what we're doing. You remember, you agreed. And I'm like, but, and they're like, no. But it's hard, right? When you want to do something else, but you just don't know exactly how to get there. I just want to say hello to Lori. Hey, Lori and Joe. Welcome. Glad you guys are here. So when we've, from an idea perspective and this big vision that you had, breaking it down and getting it out of your head and maybe even not even knowing what went together, like what the flow was, now you have, not only do you have a new business, another business creating content for the very clients that you serve, because some of them can't afford your services, right? So your solution was to create the content and then sell it to them, for those that can't afford to hire an agency. And there's a lot of them, that can't. A lot of small business owners are struggling with that piece of it. But from the implementation, once you had the steps and trying to put the pieces together for that, how long do you think it took you to actually get the new thing up and running to where you could sell it?
Well, I think we started, it was mid-January, right, with our first meet and greet and getting together. And from that point to actually getting the website launched, getting the content packages created for the site, to get up and selling, it was probably 5 to 6 months. So I think probably May, June was kind of at that point where we launched the website. We kind of started the marketing, putting the real products out there to sell. So it was something where in my head, I thought, oh, I'll get in this group and I'll be up and running in 2 or 3 months. And it never happens that way. And it never probably will. I guess I was hopeful that it would. It did take a little bit longer, but it didn't take a year. It took 5 or 6 months to get everything up and running, and really finding those steps that were going to work, working up to that, and then finally launching after that amount of time.
And, just keeping this in perspective, sometimes going back to what you said, you had this idea for 2 years, you just hadn't implemented it, right? And then going, because that happens to all of us. We all have ideas, or we have things that we want to do in our businesses, but we just don't know exactly how to match up all the pieces. But just to give you a little bit of framework, because I know the back end story here. Not only did Christine start another business with a whole different product, essentially, it does complement what she's already doing, because she serves the small business owner. But not only did she do that, but she put the funnel together as well to actually market it to, not just from a standpoint of, hey, I'm at this event and I'm going to tell people about it, but she can now send traffic to her sales funnel and automate that process as long as she's matching up the right eyeballs to what she's looking for. So I think, just from a standpoint of saying, I started a whole new business, a whole new revenue stream. I've got a sales funnel now, and to do that in 5 or 6 months is pretty amazing. I just want to say that you got on it. And by the way, she's still running her business and her primary business while she's building up this new revenue stream. And I think that's a real testament to the commitment she had, to do something different in her business and to create another revenue stream. So Christine, for you, do you feel like that, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but do you feel super accomplished around this? Because I am saying, oh my gosh, this is a really good thing. You did amazing stuff. Do you feel like you've got to a better place? You've got it launched. I'll let you talk about that.
Well, like I said, we launched in May, June, couple months of tweaking. And, honestly, we're still tweaking things now. And I think we'll probably still be tweaking things in 2 years. But, being a part of the mastermind not only got me from A to Z in this business, but it also brought opportunities in my ad agency as well. So there's different, I guess I look at things a little bit differently now, knowing what I know from the mastermind about, running a business and running things more smoothly, and using specific programs and platforms, to kind of get myself more organized, to kind of get the business in the track that it needs to be, and just kind of take a step back, and having you and your team say, you're doing it this way, maybe you should try something this way, or have you thought about it this way? So not only has being in the mastermind helped with social success toolbox, but it's also helped with my ad agency as well. Just the whole business mindset as a whole,
I love that. So I just want to touch on another thing, because I know this has been a part of your journey this year too, is the opportunity to share your knowledge in from a speaking perspective, hitting stages, in other words. Can you share a little bit about that? Because I think that's just an amazing opportunity. I went down this road myself, and so to see you really step into that, it's been a fun process. So
well, I have always, gosh, since I've had my agency, and even possibly before that, I've always gotten into like the community ed things and the chambers and stuff, and taught like basic Facebook 101 and, how to succeed on Instagram and things like that. So I've done that. But then I took it a step further with, I've been invited to speak at a couple of different conferences this year. And that's kind of a whole new level of, teaching in front of 12 or 15 or 30 people is a lot different than speaking to a room of 150, so that has gotten me the opportunity to take social success to another level in terms of getting in front of people and saying, this can benefit small businesses, this can benefit you, and you can take this product and schedule all your social media in less than an hour for an entire month, and people are blown away by that. Yeah. Groups, how it can help them.
That's awesome. And it also gives you an opportunity to, I would say, weave it in without it coming across as salesy, because it's a part of your passion for helping people is, hey, I now have a resource that can save you hours and hours of time. And I think that resonates because it doesn't come across as, hey, buy my stuff, right? It comes across as, here I am. I've got something that will help you. It'll help you it'll save you time. It will create solves a problem, because one of their problems is content, right? And being able to share it on social media. So
yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's really a solution for small business owners that know they need to be on social media, but don't have the time or don't know what to post. This is a complete month of content ready to go. And it's just, when people see that, they're like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Heck yes, I want to sign up, So it's a great way to speak to people without, like you said, being salesy. It's a solution for them.
Yeah. And it's I think the audience too is exactly right, because even when you're at an event speaking, more than likely, if you're there, those in the audience are small business owners who a percentage of them are probably going to need the social success side of your business. And then a percentage might ultimately hire you from your agency side as well. So it's a nice compliment, I think, for your agency, even though it's a separate business model. But so it's exciting to have been a part of your journey this year and watch you build this out. And I am excited to see where it takes you. You did say something before I thought is exactly right. Is the whole evolution of a business, like you were saying, we're still tweaking. We'll probably have to tweak, 2 years down the road. I think we should always be tweaking, always be, asking our customers what about this works? What about this doesn't work? And then how can I provide a better solution? Because if you do those things, then they're more likely ultimately to stick with you, right? Because they see that you are listening. They see that you're evolving and more towards what they actually can use and solve their problems at a deeper level. So I think that's super smart. And I just wanted to highlight that. So I guess at the root of it, what I want everybody to get out of what we're talking about today is shortening the curve. If you have an idea or you're stuck, revenue streams you have one, or you're trading time for money, or whatever it is, then the shortest way to circumvent that is to get help. Find somebody that can help you lay out the process. And don't sit on it for 2 years. Get and whether it's a mastermind or there's tons of courses out there. There's tons of masterminds out there. I think there's a greater value in a mastermind because it meets you where you are. Everybody's circumstances are different. And, sometimes a course looks at, is more about the pieces for sure, but sometimes they don't match up. It's like a puzzle, and the puzzle piece looks like it's supposed to go there, but you press on it and you press on it and it just doesn't quite fit. It's kind of like that. So I think a mastermind is it helps you really get your puzzle pieces to a place where they ultimately work together and they fit, and you can put it all together. So
yeah, I think the mastermind is just a completely different level of a course. You know what I mean? You get that one-on-one with you and your team, which is phenomenal. But then there's also the other members of the mastermind that, even though you're kind of working simultaneously with them, it's great to bounce ideas off of them, or say, this is my struggle, and have you had this struggle? So there's that one-on-one connection with you and your team and the other people in the group, which is it's been phenomenal. That's been awesome.
It's amazing because you have this group. Everybody's in one room, so to speak, and you have access to everybody's experiences, because we all have different experiences and no one person knows everything. So it's like a collective brain or think tank, I guess, is a better way of saying it. And I agree, Christine. It's just such an amazing opportunity. And I've also found that an original idea can be morphed in a group, because everybody's like, well, have you thought about doing it that way? Or have you thought about doing it this way? And collectively, you take an original idea and it becomes a great idea. Because you get feedback and you build upon that feedback, and somebody else will say, well, that's really a good idea, and maybe it would work great like this. So it's just an amazing energy around fleshing out bigger ideas, and ultimately putting them in. Big ideas, though, are worthless unless you take action. That's one of the things I just like to give major kudos to Christine over, because she had a vision. She needed the structure for it. She needed to know what the pieces, how the pieces worked and how they played together. And then she did the work. She took the action and got her done. And I'm super proud of her. She's had a great year. I know that it's going to be a great income stream for her in the future. So I'm excited for you.
It's been an awesome year. And I should probably mention, you don't go in this mastermind and assume things are going to get done for you. You know what I mean? It's it's been a lot of work. It's been a challenge to find the time to make it happen. But you pay the money, you put in the time, you make that effort happen, and it works out. You know what I mean? And there's that support system that you've got with Kim and the other people in the group that really, kudos to me, but kudos to everybody that's in the group that makes that commitment to begin with. So,
because you're right, I think personally, even though I'm not making light of the financial side of it, but I think that's the easiest side of it. You still have to show up and be willing to sometimes look at yourself through a lens that you don't like, and then challenge yourself, I think, from a personal standpoint, as well as the implementation side of it. Like you say, most people who come to a mastermind, they already have a business, and they probably already struggling with time. How do I make more time to do one more thing? So it's a commitment for sure. I'm appreciative that you said that, because you're right. It is, like I said, it doesn't do any good to, even after the pieces. If you come into a mastermind and you don't know the pieces, you get the pieces, but you don't take action on the pieces. Yeah. That has not been Christine. She has definitely taken action. She's put the pieces together, and it's been a wonderful journey. I'm super excited for her, and I just wanted to share a little bit of her story, and more importantly, to encourage those that are listening to find a resource to get to the next level for you guys. Like I say, whether it's a mastermind, whether it's a course, whether it's me, whether it's someone else, I would love to have the conversation with you if you are stuck, if you're trading time for money, if you have an idea and you just don't know how to get to how to implement it. A conversation never hurts. So if you're interested, go to kimgarst.com/mastermind, book a call, and we'll at least have that conversation and see if we're a fit. So thank you so much, Christine, for sharing and being here, and appreciate all of you guys. Hey, Sue, so glad to see you. She says she loves the red glasses. I tell you, they are kind of a signature thing. And then she says, we'll definitely go back and listen from the thank you. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, have a great rest of your day. Take care. God bless. And we'll see you. Let's see what's today. See you next Wednesday, I guess. All right. Thanks, Christine.